Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius, and always a big welcome to those zodiac signs that felt like this combination has an inspiration for them as well, because it exists only once a year that this moment happens. And so I always do the reading exactly on the day the moon is in your sign, my dear Aquarius. And when I look at the moon, I see your constellation now behind it. And when I look at the sun, I see Capricorn behind it. Now this combination is very interesting because, as you can see, there is this dark side and there is this bright side, and that's the test the test that we humans have to overcome. We have to overcome the fact that there is darkness and the fact there is a brightness to life, and we can choose. And that choice, sometimes, even though it feels like we're attached to it, it is what makes us have hope. It is what makes us actually give back water and water to earth. And as you can see, you are that bright star of hope, even though right now you're getting through the sun this like dark energy. But it's not dark and it's not negative, because it's feminine and it's the earth, and we plant a seed, and that's how we can grow. The yoga position here is side plank, and side plank for me is a little bit like a star, not like the Vitruvian man, but rather also have one foot and one hand on the floor and the other two up in the air, because you're an air sign. And so here you're coming down to earth and you are shining bright like a star and inspire us. Then, of course, for Capricorn, I created Lord Nataraj Asana. I don't like that the Capricorn has become the devil, and I want to change that, and it's God Pan for me, the dancer pose. And yeah, I really want people to understand that this is the only way that we can grow into the light. We cannot come from the light to more light, right? That is when we're a soul. A soul has the light within, but through the human experience, we are able to grow. And that's why I also do two different readings. I do small ones all year, the right spinning reading. And on your full moon, which is opposite your sign, which is Cancer, you get a full moon reading with a left spinning cycle. And there I use all 22 major arcanas. Right now I only use 13 of them. Your court card is the King of Swords. He's sitting here looking at you directly. Over his left shoulder he has two birds, and he's air and air, right? He is very much like up in the air, up with the thoughts, up with the stars. And together you can see how there is a dynamic of giving back what he has received in the stars back to the earth, back to the people. Back to the last reading where you had Aquarius Moon and Sagittarius Sun. Yes, you're spiraling deep down into a new and uplifting adventure. All right, so you had the spiral, you had the Fool, and you had the Sky Bridge. So yeah, the Sagittarius energy is completely different than Capricorn. Capricorn is this darkness, and the Sagittarian energy is this guardian angel. And the guardian angel is here to give us health, but also is protecting us. And now you are the 11th house of friendship, and you're ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the revolution. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the teacher, and Capricorn is the 10th house of social status. So as you can see, there is completely a different energy going on. This one wants to climb, and this one wants to just enjoy itself with his friends and also family. Good, so let's begin. I'm going to explain while I'm doing the reading also why I do right and left spinning readings, because as you can see, the Fool, which is a state of consciousness, is pointing to the left. Why? Because that's the soul path, and the soul comes from deep within to the outside. but I'm gonna place the cards into the right spinning, which is the experience that we do or have outside of us, and the soul will get, of course, its inspiration from that. So here you get the 9 of Wands, which is Moon in Sagittarius. So last time, which it was Sun in Sagittarius, you did get quite a push. You did get a push that makes you actually go for it. Go no matter what. You almost do too much, right? And so maybe you should have a look at it, why you're doing so much. 9 is completion. 9 is that moment where we realize, okay, here we have arrived in a higher consciousness, and you are about to experience now that the soul that brought you this original thought of maybe I should cut down a little bit on how much I do in this world. Now, the left spinning path is connected as well with the Earth that is spinning into the right, which is the right spinning path, 365 days around the Sun. That we divide through the 12 zodiac signs and we get a month and then the zodiac sign. Now the Earth in itself spins, rotates, and that lasts 25,800 years, which is very long. So divided through the 12 zodiac signs creates then an age of 2,150 years. And we've been currently in the age of Pisces, and we're moving left spinning into the age of Aquarius. So here you are getting a lot of information, and that's what the 9 of Wands are a little bit speaking to you about, right? So then comes on the position of the Magician here, the mystical Shaman, which is the Magician, right? So the Magician comes here as a Shaman to you, the number 38, which becomes the number 11, and you are the 11th house. You're the 11th zodiac sign. And you are looking at this, and it's almost like you are getting now the realization of, wow, yes, I am being challenged. I am going to actually create quite an empowerment, because the number 9 is also connected with Sagittarius, right? The 9th house of philosophy. So you're gonna get a deeper look at this thought, and the Magician is the one that's acting upon it, and you're already, because the Magician is looking into the left spinning path, right? He's not looking into the other side. He's looking into the 9 of Wands, and he's almost like, I know what to do. He really knows what to do with this kind of energy. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes here the Page of Swords, which are all 3 air signs, and that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So here you are with the intuition speaking to you very clearly that you gotta look deep within into your childhood and recognize that you are the princess of the rushing winds, and that you are holding on to this one thought, to this one energy, that the King of Swords is pointing upwards. She's pointing it downwards because she's Earth. They are the earthly part of air, and that's of course why the sword is pointing down. It's almost saying, yeah, bring the energy down. All the things that you have realized now here through the 9 of Wands, and of course through the mystical Shaman, you recognizing now your task or your work. You gotta really bring the information to us, because you are feeling this energy that is coming down. And on the position of the Empress, then also a state of consciousness, which is something that you have recognized and you give birth to. That's how important the Empress is. The Empress is this kind of, I give birth to all 12 zodiac signs. I am here for all of them. And here comes, of course, the last judgment, which is the Jugement, number 20, which is a French deck of Oswald Wirth, which was part of the Rose Cross order. And there is a wake-up call coming to you. There is something that's saying, yes, awaken now, my dear. Aquarius, because you are the one that has really understood the situation. You have understood that there are more things at play up in the sky, and that we recognize that, and that we recognize that through you, because then comes you now, right? Here I would put you as a court card to understand all these 4 cards very specifically as a state of consciousness, as something that you recognize within you, and you're like awakening. You're awakening to that power, the power of recognizing that you are the guardian angel that is coming down and giving us the information through the internet, right? That's exactly how strong you are, already showing up through the internet and the World Wide Web. Then on the position of the Wheel of Fortune, which is the quiz of life, comes here the number 35, a long way home. So it's almost like you are taking a voyage, you are taking your time to go to understand things in a matter of, you have turned all these years. And you know, the 2150 years is a long time to be now in the sun, right? And of course, you waited 23,000 years to come to this place. And so it's now the long way home. It's almost like you are finally arriving at the understanding, at the infinite 8, the 3, which is here this big wake-up call that you are receiving on the 3, the Empress, which is then the 2 and the 0, which is then again on the High Priestess, the 2 and the 0, that is telling you it now is your time. Now you are gonna like come and arrive in the sun, and you're gonna shine, and you're gonna be this beautiful guardian angel for all of us. And the 5 is then of course the Hierophant, which is connected to Taurus, which you coming down to earth. And this is why here the Princess of the rushing winds are coming to you, because you're the earthly aspect of wind. And what is that? Dust, right? Wind cannot carry more than dust. And so here you are in the balloon, and you're recognizing slowly that you are arriving, that you are landing, and that time is right for you to be here now and be this beautiful energy, this guardian angel, the hope for all of us. Then on the position of the Hanged Man, which is a change within you that says, I am awakening to this, because here the call of the Last Judgment has called you to action. And the action was like, I'm gonna arrive, I'm gonna come here. And you have now the hematite, the number 23, which becomes a 5. And the hematite is that kind of stone, which you can see is floating here in the air like the balloon. And the hematite is saying a groundedness and reconnecting to the earth, and reality, check of reality and centeredness, and to be in stillness, and to be connected again. And so the hematite is helping you to bring yourself down into a centeredness, into a place of, yes, I understand that even though I am getting enlightened, I'm still walking on earth. I'm still having both of my feet on the ground, or like in this position, 1 foot and 1 hand on the floor, while the other 2 are up in the air, right? Up in the air, and also at the same time being grounded. That's again the yin and the yang. That's again the masculine and the feminine. That's again that one wand in the center that's saying, center yourself, even in your actions. Everything has this oneness, but through the 2 we can choose the oneness, right? And that's what's speaking to you. You're going up in the air, and at the same time you also need to come back. You also want to be grounded again, because then on the position of the Capricorn, the keeper of the taboos, comes the 4 of cups, and the Four of Cups is moon in Cancer, and there is a full moon in Cancer on the 6th of January. So maybe that full moon is going to speak to you quite profoundly, because the sun will highlight the moon in Cancer, and you are recognizing something here. You're recognizing that you're given so much information. You've been privileged to be now in the age of Aquarius, and you're going to be the one that is being the star, because the sun is a star. So you're going to be the star for 2,150 years. And here comes this moment of a little bit like, well, I know. Yeah, well, what we're going to do with it. So you have these 3 cups, and you're a little bored, and you are a little bit longing for more, but you are handed more. You are handed the gift to handle more, because you have the 3, and on the 3 came here the last judgment. So the wake-up call to awaken between these 2 people. He's the one that is awakening and is looking up and is like realizing, okay, here I am, getting a renewal, getting a new perspective on myself. How am I gonna do with that when on the position of the Tower everything is crashing down, because the Tower says, well, all things need to go for you to be able to be you. And the age of Pisces is gonna let go, and these are the old institutions. Mars is the warrior. There are wars out there that are fighting for the old, but as you can see, there is the golden egg coming to you, and the golden egg is saying very clearly, it's the 4th chakra, message at the center of the heart and the unstruck sound. So within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magic essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. So it's good to sit here and contemplate on that you're getting 1 more cup, and that's the 4, right? This is the 4th chakra, so you have a 4-4 portal speaking to you directly. And that 4-4 portal is saying, so what are you going to do now? You're going to go into your heart, and you're going to go and respect the fact that you are getting more emotional contentment, and that you can heal the world, because things are really going to fall apart, and you need to be ready to be quiet and to have the strength from deep within to handle what's going to happen, because 2 times 4 is to have the creativity to share from your heart what is happening out there. Then on your position comes the world. Then you can help the world to heal itself. Then you're gonna protect the world. Then you're gonna show the world, yes, I am hope. Yes, I am here. Yes, I am giving you exactly what you need, because I am the 8th star, and here comes the golden egg, and I have an 8 here in the mystical shaman, the 38, right? And you are recognizing now that this infinite loop is continuing, and here is a 3 that is speaking to you, because the 3 is here in the hematite, in the earthliness, and in the 35 of the wheel of fortune. Here you recognize that you are now asked to be both, be in the air, but also be clearly grounded, like the pages, right? The pages are always this, like, we come here to change something, and we bring this energy down to earth, and it's the Gemini, and it's the Libra, and it's the Aquarius. On the position then of the moon, which is that longing to awaken and to come out, is the 52. And the 52 is saying, okay, on your position, you got here this card coming, right? Because the moon is in your sign. And so the earth is longing to awaken and is a little bit between straddling worlds, wandering between realms. And that's exactly what's happening. We're between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius. So here we're between two worlds, and we have the longing to come out and go up into the sky, and the whole world is feeling that. We don't want to be deep in our subconscious anymore, like Pisces is that path of love, of course, right? But here is really the message, and we need to be successfully coming out of the deep subconscious and come now into a higher conscious, the same way you are bringing now the hope to us, the deep hope of, yes, the world is waiting for you to shift and change everything that we know so far and bring the new ideas back down to earth here. And then on the position of the sun comes then the electricity, right? The wildness that you can now, when you're between the two worlds, recognize the opening of the 36, again a 3, the 36 becomes a 9, and so you understand that this fiery aspect of the 9 of Wands, Moon in Sagittarius, has, you know, brought now also at the same time the longing to come out, the longing to awaken, and now the wake up of the Capricornian energy that's saying, okay, I'm the keeper of taboos. And there is a 6 in here as well, because it's the card number 15, it becomes a 6. So wake up and come out, and wake up and see the wake up call, the 3, right? On the position of the Empress comes the wake up call. And so here you are awakening, you are stretching yourself, you are finally coming out of the deep oceans, because we all were in the deep subconscious, and now you're like, no more, I'm gonna be in the sun, I'm gonna be in the age of Aquarius, I'm the age of Aquarius, I'm bringing the age of Aquarius to the whole world, I'm gonna be in the sun because I'm a star, and the star is also a sun, the sun is a dwarf star. I mean, do you see how powerful this is? And this is what literally Capricorn is telling you, because Capricorn is right now in the sun and is literally saying, yeah, liberate yourself, free yourself from what you thought was reality, but now you're awakening to a deeper level. And then, of course, on the last judgment here, the real last judgment, with this last judgment, is coming this card, and it's saying procrastination. So you've been procrastinating, you've been waiting, and now the call is there. You cannot wait anymore. It's like you breaking free. You're not anymore between realms, you're not anymore between worlds. You are like making a choice to be in the age of Aquarius. And so the procrastination, the number 7, which is very interesting because this is also a 7. So there's a 7-7 portal speaking to you, is saying, stop focusing on your problems and excuses, take a small step and do something constructive. Right now, open your arms, now create something that people will recognize you in, that you're the age of Aquarius that's coming, and you need to be vigilant, you need to be awake, you need to have no more excuses and, you know, pushing situations like this in front of you, where it's like, well, you know, I'm not quite ready yet to be in that light to inspire the world. I'm not ready to be awakened, but somehow you are waking up. And the wake up now say, okay, no more procrastination, no more waiting, no more focusing on problems and excuses, to say, okay, I don't really want to be big. You are going to be big. You have to be big. You have to show yourself. Because then Venus in Aquarius is going to come upon the world if you are not awakening to it. Because this is the olive branch that we're giving when we fight. The 5s are tests. The 5s are these big tests here on Earth. The number 23, here on Earth, we have to awaken. But also in the sky, we have to awaken and realize the journey has come to a point where we are awakened to a peaceful way of interacting now with each other, finding your heart, finding the golden egg within you, finding that sound within you, finding how here the judgment, right? The guardian angel is calling you, and that call is not loud. It's something deep within you that you can recognize, something deep within you that you feel, and that you awaken the world with the way you awaken. If you awaken, everybody else is awakened as well, right? And then you're not in between worlds anymore. Then you're the 7-7 portal here. You are coming to the 9. You are awakening. You're coming then to the 7, and here to the 5. And the 5 then reconnecting to the 9 is literally saying, okay, so maybe just counterpart these 9 actions that you want to do, and already 5 of these thoughts are being gone, right? Because that's what we do when we have trouble with something and we're thinking about it, and we're constantly thinking about the problems, the procrastinations. The only way to get out of it is do something, eat something, cook something, go for a jog, do a yoga class, and meditate, do something. So these 5 problems will be handled, and then you have 4 left of these ones, and these are the 4 left here that are telling you, yeah, go in your heart and feel the last 4 actions coming from the heart to the world, because the world needs us. The world needs us desperately now, because this is your path. This has started already when Moon was in Sagittarius, right? And you are awakening, and you are here to bring the message, and the message is going to be really beautiful. You're going to handle that, and you're going to handle that and bring the olive branch, and bring the peace, and bring the meditation to a world, a busy world, of things that needs to be doing even more as we speak. And you are saying no more. I'm the mystical shaman. I'm going to let you know, no more doing too much. Relax and arrive here. What a beautiful message this is, right? Sometimes I don't know what's going to come at me, and I'm always surprised, really surprised, how the message then always just there. And of course, I hope I see you in the next reading, because that's when you have the sun in your sign. So you have for 1 month the sun in your sign, and that's when you also get your new moon. So sun and new moon in your sign, where you can plant a seed, where you can plant the golden egg deep down into the earth and heal it and help to evolve it. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.